What's up, everybody? Today we are going to be doing a cold plunge together in my ice barrel right here. As you can see, I want to go over all the benefits of it, how I do it, why I do it, when I do it, how long I stay in, how cold the water is, and all of that. So right now, I live in New York, and it's about 53 degrees. I don't know if you can see that right there. 53 degrees in White Plains, New York. And let's see how cold the water in the barrel is. So let me pop this open. Let me get this thing out here. My little frog, okay? This is my temperature frog. I am reading just at like 50 degrees. I don't know if you can get that there. You can see that red line, just about 50 degrees there. So that's not bad. About a week ago, that plunge it was about 28 degrees outside in the morning. I think it was like a week ago, and I had ice on that. So if you see in some of my short videos, there was some ice starting to build up on the top, and that got down to like close to 40 degrees, even 30, I think 39 degrees, just under 40, and it was freaking cold. So 50 is not bad compared to that, obviously. But I'm gonna be in there, I'm gonna be talking about some benefits, showing you guys how I get in, how I start, and all that. So let's have some fun, let's jump in this barrel, and let's do it. All right, guys, we're about to dive into the barrel, but before we jump in, I love to do some deep belly breathing. It takes me like 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds of it, whatever I feel like I need to kind of calm my nerves a little bit before I jump in there. I'm wearing this hat, by the way, so I can keep my mic on there while I jump in the water and talk to you guys at the same time. So all I do is I kind of sit there, I keep my hands on my stomach, and I try to work on belly breathing, trying to expand my stomach forward and back through some deep nasal breaths. So what I'm gonna do is take a nice breath in through my nose, and as I do that, I'm trying to expand my stomach, trying to round my belly, not get this big chest breath, right? So I'm keeping my hands on my stomach to help me get there. I kind of shut my eyes, I relax. So let's go through a few breaths, and I just try to get that belly breathing. So I start here, and then when I exhale, I try to just pull it back in. And again, inhale, expand the belly, exhale, bring the belly in. And I just try those few calm breaths, 30 to 40 seconds, maybe a minute, and then we hop in. So let's get this barrel going. All right, guys, here we go, hopping in. Again, real quick, what do we got? The frog right there, just for more clarity, so you guys don't think it's a different day. I think you can see that. That's just about 50 degrees. Okay, we're popping it in, and here we go. Let's hop in here. There's no bullshitting here. You just gotta go right in, guys. Put your feet in and just jump right down there. Get it up to the neck and breathe. Hands in, and that's it right there. 50-degree water. The frog's on my neck. Let's get him out of here. There we go. So that first 30 seconds, belly breathing, like we just did outside of the barrel, right? Very focused, not much movement to start for me. And I'm pretty fucking cold right now, but it's 50 degrees. I've done colder, but my goal today, probably staying here about 3 minutes, maybe 4 or 5 if I'm feeling good. And I'm just trying to calm my body down a little bit. That first 30 seconds is the hardest, 45 seconds is the hardest, because you really get that initial shock, right? You get that initial stress to your body. And I wanted to show you guys my process of coming in, staying in, and all that. And now the benefits of this, why I'm doing it and all of that. There is a great podcast. It's called The Huberman Lab by Andrew Huberman, who's a neuroscientist, I believe, out of Stanford. And his podcast is awesome. He has an entire 2-hour episode on cold plunging and showers, cold showers, everything, all the benefits. Talks about every little detail to it. So I suggest you look there. And most of the information I'm going to give you today is from that podcast, honestly, because seeing that really got me woken up into some of this. So how I started cold plunging, I started with cold showers, guys. Started with cold showers. And the reason I wanted to do it is because I felt like I was losing my resiliency almost. I was losing my grit. I was losing my grind. Like I wasn't pushing through my workouts anymore. I'd find myself finishing reps at 9 instead of 10, like almost just being a little baby, you know? And I wanted to find something to kind of push myself, a new challenge that I felt I needed, right? So I started doing the cold showers, and I felt pretty good, but I wanted to take it to the next level. So I got this ice barrel. Now I'm starting to shiver because I'm talking. Usually I'm kind of just chilling here and trying to breathe, but it's not bad. That's fine. But yeah, so I got into that, and then I listened to his podcast, and I was like, this is awesome, right? I got to try this. I got to do the ice barrel. I got to do the cold immersion up to your neck, right? So he says cold showers can have the same benefit, but it's tough to get your palms and the bottoms of your feet all super cold and wet at the same time when you're in a shower, right? And in the plunge, your whole body's submerged. So up to the neck is that range where you want to be, and definitely keeping your hands in. So the biggest thing that he said is the mental strength that you'll build from it, that resiliency, right? So that's the biggest thing I did it for, right? I don't really care much about muscle soreness. I'm not an NFL athlete. I'm not a CrossFit athlete. I do train hard, but I don't feel like my body needed it in that sense. I wanted it more for the mental game, right? And the other benefits that come with it, sure, I'll take it, right? So the other big thing he talked about was dopamine spiking in your body. So the biggest thing was doing it for about 11 minutes per week, which was one of the biggest things. So 11 minutes per week gets you like a nice threshold that you can reach to get the big benefits for that dopamine spike that lasts, and many other things. And I could be screwing a few of the details up here, but again, I would suggest going over that podcast and looking into it, because he gives you every little detail that you could possibly do. So I started this probably about like 2 months ago, doing the cold plunges. And the water in here in New York, I mean, it was like, what, like 60, 70 degrees out. So the water was about that same temperature, it wasn't much cold. So it was a good place to start, and it got me going into these colder temperatures. And now I can handle the cold. It's almost like working out. You don't just go into the gym and start yourself on a 250-pound back squat or 400-pound back squat or deadlift. You progress yourself. So same thing with cold plunging or cold showers. That's why I thought it was cool I started with the cold showers, because it kind of got me into this, right? So those are really the big benefits I do it for. I feel fucking great when I come out of it. Sorry for cursing. But it gives you that big energy and mood spike. And the biggest other thing that he talked about, sorry, I'm kind of rambling because my mind is hard to kind of concentrate in 50-degree water. But the other thing he talked about was movement in the ice barrel. So if you're someone who has one, it feels good when you stop moving, when you're still, right? Because you build this thermal layer around your skin and your body that is okay with the cold, right? It finally adapts to it. But when you start to move a little bit up and down, you get pretty freaking cold, and you can feel like your hips and your legs and all that. And it gets really much colder because that thermal layer starts to kind of take off a bit. So something to try if you're into cold plunging, do the movement, he said. Get in there, move a little bit more, so you don't just kind of chill out in there. You almost want to keep building those stress hormones to fight through, right? So that's the biggest thing. And I'm gonna take this off real quick. I'm gonna put this on the side. Hopefully you can still hear me, and I'm gonna do a quick little head dunk to finish. That's how I usually come out. So let me see if I can put this down right here. Hope you guys can still hear me, but here we go. Let's jump underneath. Whew. Oh yeah, let's come out. Okay, we're out. So hat back on so you guys can hear me. So again, we're finally out of the plunge. That was pretty fucking cold. I think I was in there for the right amount of time. I couldn't really tell because the camera timer was a little further away. But again, it's as simple as it gets. I feel pretty good right now. I feel a little energized. That's what it's supposed to feel like. You want that challenge. And for me, it's all about the mental resiliency in that. I felt like it's really been pushing me through my workouts, through my normal daily life. The biggest thing is I try to hit this in the morning. I get the toughest part of my day, which is a freaking ice bath or cold plunge, whatever it is, out of the way. Everything else after that feels pretty damn good. So, and if you want to get into the ice plunging, cold plunging, get yourself a barrel. It doesn't have to be this specific one. Get one at Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. Plastic barrel, fill it with water if you're in a cold climate area, and just jump in. Start getting cold, get yourself a thermometer, track your progress, see how long you can stay in for. And again, you need to definitely be a little careful. So take some caution as it gets super cold out. You need to be aware of what you're jumping into longer and see what you can handle and see what makes you feel good, right? That's the important thing. This makes me feel good, makes me more disciplined, makes me more resilient, and that's what I'm happy about. So that's why I do it. So. All right, guys, we are all done for the day. We are out of the cold plunge. We're trying to let that body temperature warm up a little bit now. I'm still a little shaky, a little shivery coming out of there. That usually lasts about 4 or 5 minutes for me after that cold plunge until my body really starts to regulate itself. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys got a little inspired to start your own cold plunge journey. Start with those cold showers, 2-3 minutes at the end of your shower. Try to get it all over your body, especially the palms of your hands, your neck, and the bottom of your feet. I know it's tough in a shower like that, but if you guys get into cold water, get that up to your neck. That's what you're looking for. That's the submersion level you want. Try to hit 11 minutes per week and see if you guys can feel the difference, right? So again, for me, I absolutely love it. It's a great way to boost my mental strength, my mental resiliency. I also get great mood and energy spikes from it. So these are just some of the little things that I get out of it. But again, everybody's different. So see what you guys are into. See if it inspires you. I hope it does. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or just message me. And I'm hoping you guys can really get some benefits from this, all right? So again, check out that podcast I mentioned, Andrew Huberman, that neuroscientist. He has an awesome 2-hour podcast about all the cold plunging stuff that I mentioned today. There's so much more about it as well. So look it up, check it out, and see if you guys are interested. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'm gonna go inside now. I need to warm up a little bit. It's still about 50 degrees here. I'm still shivering outside. So I'm gonna get inside. So awesome job today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.